Hi folks, Bob Collins for Diver Supply. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the LeFeet underwater scooter. Stick with me. Now this particular scooter is called the S-1 Pro. And as you can see, I've got two or three different ones out here. And mainly what this is the different configurations that you can utilize with this particular scooter. Now, LeFeet makes, and it's actually three different scooters. They make one called the S-1, which is more of a, I'm gonna call it like a kid's scooter to a certain extent. It's got a little different design. It looks like a kind of a gull wing configuration, and it doesn't have the same power as the S-1. Now there's also one coming out called the P1, and the P1 is a step beyond the S-1, and we should have those out before long. LeFeet's told me they're going to be sending me one for us to take a look at. This underwater scooter is pretty powerful for its size, and what we've got is we've got the ability for this to move at about 2.7 miles an hour. If you put it on the highest setting, it uses more power when you do that. It will go almost 4 miles an hour underwater. Now the weight suggestion on the single unit is up to 220 pounds, but they also say above 155, they really recommend the dual unit. Now a dual unit is basically two single units put together utilizing this bracket right here. And the bracket comes separately. You get two of the S-1 units and put it together with the bracket. Now I've got a complete unit right here, and this is the body of the unit. If you take this front cover off, then you would be able to look inside like this one here, and this is where the battery goes and the battery connects in here. It also has this top piece for two handles. Now this is just a stability handle here so that when you use it, you use both hands. And this is the remote control. Can be put on either the left or right, because all you do is just unscrew the handle and the handle comes off, and you could switch the controller unit over to the right side if you like. It also can be adapted with a single hand unit, is mounted right above the scooter itself, connects the same way that you see here with these two screws, and that's the way you control it there with the single controller on top. That single connection does not come with the kit, only this setup for the dual handles comes in the kit. There's also a mount up here for an action camera, and over here this is the actual controller. It's wireless. It has a rechargeable battery. That's what recharges right here. And it has a controller here. This is the on and off switch for the unit. This does not have a battery in it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to this one. I'm going to take it apart so you can see how all these pieces work together. This is our demo. It also comes with a wrist strap. Now this unit is slightly negatively buoyant, so you don't want to take your hand off of this. You can get what they call, it looks like a shark. I'll put a picture of it up here. It's like a floaty that makes this unit neutrally buoyant. The controller will last about 2.5 hours. The battery here will last about 35 to 70 minutes, depending on what power setting that you've got it on. Depth rating is approximately 131 feet. The unit takes about 2.5 hours to charge, and it's a charger I'll show it to you in a minute. It's a charger in the box here, plugs into the wall and then attaches to the battery. And the controller only takes an hour and a half to recharge. All right, so let's take a look at the inside, what the different components to this. I'm going to be using a picture up here to give you a better understanding, but this is the way it looks with the battery installed. You just twist this front piece here and this comes off like what you see. There's the power connection right there. Here's the battery. Battery slides out, makes it pretty easy for you to connect. And the charger has one of these that mounts on the front. The charger's got a little light on it. When it turns green, you know the battery's fully charged. Right here is where your recharger fits. And the way you turn it on, you saw the green light come on right there. So when you put the battery in, you pull your unit up, make sure that this is in the unscrewed position, push up on, and then what we're going to do is you're just going to turn this, and that's what makes it watertight right there. I pull the switch down, you see it come on right there. And if you pull it down, as you pull down, it changes the power setting. And with the unit on, if I activate, I'm going to get this up next to my, actually it's a pretty good fan out here. So you can see I'm activating it right here. There's a lock here on the side and it locks it off so that you don't mistakenly trip it. And then just pull over and it shuts it off. And pull down and it shuts this unit off, and now you're disconnected. Now when you take this out of the box, you put these two screws in right here, put your handles on, charge it up, and you're ready to rock and roll. Like I said, this is the dual unit so that you attach your second unit. Like I said, it's all separate, and you put it together the way you want, configure it the way you want. Now, one of the cool accessories for this unit is that, and I've got the double unit here, is you can use, yes, this plate that gives you the double unit. You can also get an adapter that looks like a strap that goes around your waist and down your legs, so that these actually are mounted on your thighs. So when you move and you control the units with the hands, it's almost like you're flying, like you're Superman or something. In addition, these can be mounted on the scuba tank, one or two mounted on your scuba tank instead of you holding it per se in your hand. Now, there's also mounts that you could mount on a kayak or stand-up paddleboard or something along those lines if you wanted some assistance, power assistance on the bottom of your kayak. So I appreciate you watching. This is the LeFeet S-1 Pro. Pretty strong scooter. I think you would like it. Be a lot of fun to get out and move around. If you're in maybe a little bit of a current, it works pretty good, like I said. In the lower setting, it's going to move you about 2.5 miles an hour. In the stronger setting, it's going to be virtually 4 miles an hour. All right, appreciate you watching. Bob Collins for Diver Supply. Dive safe out there. See you again soon.